Hi, it's Donna here. Welcome to Ready to Stamp. I'm going to show you today a card that I made that I showed you on Monday that would make a really awesome Father's Day, manly birthday, maybe even a graduation card, because graduation obviously is coming up for students here in high school and college. And so I just wanted to show you how I made this. Now I saw this in our Stampin' Success magazines that demonstrators get as a demonstrator, and it helps with our business and just gives us some other ideas. And I just kind of changed it around a little bit because it had a little flap over it, and I didn't really care for that. So here we go. We're going to get started with making this card. So are you ready to stamp? So first thing we have here is our envelope punch board. This thing is really awesome because it gives you card size and paper size of any envelope that you need for any size of a card. It can be a great big one. Here it says the biggest one is 6 by 8.5 card, down to a 2 by 3.5 card size gift card that you can put on a little wedding gift or something. So then you can use your designer paper and all that kind of stuff. So first thing we're going to do is I have a 7.5 by 7.5 square Whisper White cardstock. And if you notice, I'm doing it, the card is going to be 4 by 5. And so the paper size, it's 7.5 by 7.5, and the score line's going to start at 3 3/8, and this is marked up here by 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so I'm going to move it over to 3 3/8, which is lined up right there. I'm going to punch, and I need my scoring. I forgot to get that out. But this is also another awesome thing. It stores your scoring blade right there, your scoring tool right there. So you're going to line it up right against, feel the groove, and pull it along. Now, you don't need to worry about the 3 3/8 anymore. We're just going to take the little score line that you have and line up this little knob right here. This little thing that's straight out. Punch. Score. Again, we're going to line it up with the score mark. Punch. Score. Do it one last time. So you're going to do it 4 times. Actually, you're going to line it up to the 3 3/8 one time and then just line up the score mark here. Okay, so we are finished with that. Let me put my scoring tool away. You might want to remember to do that so that you don't lose it. Now we have a couple extra pieces there, so we can move that out of the way. So now on the short side, we have a short side and a long side. On the short side, we're going to line up the score mark. I'm going to line up the score mark at 3 3/4. Okay, I'm sorry, not 3 3/4, just 3/4. And then we're going to cut it. Okay, cut. Now, on the opposite side, we are going to take the score mark and we're going to match it up to the 1/2 line. So yes, we're going to be cutting off some of the card because we want it to fit into our envelope. So we're going to go a 1/2 inch above the score mark. Okay, so we're just going to cut it all off like that. Okay, so you end up with this. And that can be trash. Or I'm sure somebody can find something to do with it. Okay, let me measure this. I forgot to do that. So I'm going to measure this and see how far our vest shirt is. Okay, so I'm going to mark it at 2 1/4 on both sides. Okay, so we're going to go 2 1/4, line it up on the 2 1/4 line with the score mark on the long side, and we're going to cut that off. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to do it on the opposite side. So we're going to go 2 1/4, mark it on the opposite side. Okay, so this is what we end up with. Okay, so now we're going to take the card and we're going to cut it we're going to mark it 1 1/4 inches. I need my ruler. So we're going to line it up against the score mark and we're going to cut it in 1 1/4 inches. And at the top, I'm going to cut off mark a 1/2 inch. Okay, so now 1 1/4 inches on this side and a 1/2 inch up here. Hopefully my head was not in the way. Put that back. Okay, so I'm going to take my scissors on the score line. I'm going to cut it up to that 1.5 inch mark. Okay, so now this 1/2 inch mark is going to be the collar. Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do, get that out of the way. So we're going to just fold it in, just like so, to make the collar. And score it. Okay, looks about right. All right, now I took from the Adventure Bound DSP stack from the Occasions catalog. Look at all that beautiful paper. So I took some of that. I took the turquoise piece and I cut it down to 3 1/4 inches by 4 3/4, and this is what's going to be on the outside of to make the vest. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use our fast fuse. Look at that on the other side. Isn't that cool? It looks real, doesn't it? It's rocks, and then on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our fast fuse. And if you've not ever used our fast food, you need to give like a check mark for it to cut off. Okay? So, and it's very, very sticky. And I wanted some at the top to make sure that it would, and the bottom. So I'm just going to line it up to the score mark and to the end of the white cardstock. And I know it's a little big, but we're going to, uh-oh. Let go, let go, let go. Ah, there we go. Okay, so we're just going to line it up here. Okay, then we're going to do the other side. Same thing. Add some adhesive. Why did you stop? Keep going. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Oh, I want to make sure it's going the same direction. Yes. Okay. On some of them, it doesn't really matter, some of the cardstock or the designer series paper that you use, but then there are some that it does matter, and I got it stuck. Shoot. Okay. I'm going to put down my silicone mat. Live and learn. Okay, So now I'm just going to cut this off. Put that together so they don't stick. Okay, so let's fold it and pray and hope that it works. Perfect. Exactly what I like. Okay, so now we want to make the tie. So we're going to use our bow builder, and I'm using the rest of this to put on for the tie. I thought that would be really cute. So we need 2, so we need to punch out 2. Okay, so what we're going to do, we need these 2, and I'm not going to use these two little fishtail looking things, and then we need one of the little tags, I call them. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to take my bone folder and give it a little rub, kind of like what you do with your ribbon when you want it to curl, just very gently so you don't tear it. And then I'm going to take my mono and just put a little dot right there on the edge and put it together. I would use glue dots on this, but it makes it a little bit too thick, so I don't do it on all of it. So all you do is you just hold it for a couple seconds for it to grab a hold. And then we take the glue and just stick it on top like so and hold it. Okay, now I'm going to take our little tab here, give it a little curl, make it easier to go around. And on this piece, I am going to use a, what did I do with my glue dots? For heaven's sakes. There they are. They were hiding. Okay, so I'm going to take one of these glue dots, and the way you use these glue dots is you find the glue dot, take your paper and just push it on there, and then it'll just pop right off for you. And you're just going to wrap it around, and I'm all thumbs for some reason. I don't know if you ever get that way. Okay, and so then there you go. Whoops, like I said, I'm all thumbs right now. Okay, and so I'm going to take a couple glue dots. We're going to do that again with the shirt collar. I'm going to take one, put a glue dot there. I'm going to take another one, put a glue dot there, and I'm going to fold it down just like so. Okay, now I'm going to take the bow and put another glue dot on it, on the back of it, so I can stick it to the shirt. Okay, so with this, I'm just going to take a piece. I'm going to make his little, you know what, I think I'm going to use this one. Make his little kind of pocket looking thing. I'm going to cut it at 1/2 inch wide. And 1 inch long. Actually, no, I'm going to make it a little bit longer. 1/2 inch wide think I like the 1¼ better, so we'll do that. Oh my goodness, why is this hard? There we go. Now we got it. Okay, yeah, I like that much better. So I'm going to take a little bit, I don't want to put glue on that, and take a little bit of the Tombow glue, affectionately known as the green glue. I want to set it right here on the side, just like so. Then I'm going to get the Regals candy dot, the Regals candy dots. And let's see, do we want to put on, I think we'll put on the Island Indigo. I think that looks the best. So to take these off, just take your scissors, slide it underneath because it has tape on it. I'm going to put it on this side. I'm going to start in the middle. Okay, there you have it. What do you think? Whoops, I really like it that it overlaps. But here's the other one. That one's cute too. So, okay, here's the both of them. Which one do you like better? The one that overlaps or the one that's just side by side? I hope you enjoyed this. Use these for your manly cards and enjoy. Thanks for stopping by. Happy creating.